Hey guys, how's it going? Rich here from LFTD.com, and today I'm out in my backyard and I was just looking at some animal tracks. I got neighbor kids making noise over there in the background. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm fortunate enough to have deer in my yard almost all year long. At least one or two. I always see at least one or two of them, usually in pairs. But yeah, let me turn you around here and hopefully you can see it on the camera. So and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So over here is where you can see I cut my grass. I cut my grass around that thing. I'm planning on making that maybe this little spot right here where it's overgrown. I'm planning on making that like a garden, maybe, or maybe a food plot for the deer that live back here. But anyway, onto the trails. Let's see, up on the hillside there, I'm sure it's hard to see. Let's see, right where that branch is, right underneath that branch, it comes down through there, right in the center of your screen, and then it kind of, I know you can't see this part, but then it kind of veers off that way. But it's real faint. You can tell something's been walking up through there because the plants are trampled down a little bit. And when you're looking at it, you can get down on a knee. And yeah, the camera just doesn't do it justice. You can kind of see it. See with that dirt, where it looks like a dirt path going through there, right underneath that branch? That's the trail I'm talking about. So yeah, you can walk around here and you can see evidence like that all over the place. Let me come back over here. There's another one that's a little bit, this spot right here looks like it's a little bit more worn down than the first one. Can you see the difference in the vegetation? I mean, it actually looks like something may have been laying down right there. And that just goes up the side of the hill. And I'm no animal tracking expert by any means. I know very little about animal habits and nature. I mean, I can identify a deer track. And I can usually identify deer poop when I see it laying around. And that's about the extent of my knowledge of animals. But you can still see the paths that they create. And in this particular area, the overhead brush isn't very thick, so it's not too hard to see it. You can just look on the ground and see where the plants are kind of batted down and beat down a little bit. It just looks like something's been walking through there. Let's move you over here. The sun is a bit of a problem. There's a couple more trails through here, like maybe that you can see the difference. You can see where the brush kind of thins out, where the grass kind of thins out, right about there where my finger is. It's not as thick. That's more evidence of a trail. So when you're walking around through the woods and you see stuff like that, here's another one right here that you can actually kind of see, I think. I mean, it actually looks like a trail going up through there. Right up through there. That kind of makes it easy. Yeah, sometimes if you're like in a real heavy density kind of forest area, a lot of times it's helpful to take a knee. You get down on one knee and look through the trees. You can see where the trails are usually. Well, I'm starting to slip, walking backwards on some mud. But yeah, and I posted a picture a few days ago on my Facebook page about an elusive creature that left a trail. Well, you can see remnants of it right there. Looks like they travel in pairs, or maybe in packs of 4. It's an elusive creature right there. I don't know what that is. But yeah, there was some more evidence of it over there that goes up the side of the hill. I've still yet to see that one, but it leaves a massive trail, as you can see from this. I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy the tracks that they leave, whatever it is. But yeah, and if you're looking through the woods, aside from that, you're looking through the woods, and you can kind of see, if you got a careful eye and you're actually paying attention, you can kind of see the little trails, even little smaller animals, like this spot right here. Here's another area where the camera doesn't do it very good justice, but this little spot right here, you can, if you look closely, I think you can identify it. And it just looks where the vegetation is thinned out or separated a little bit. It's where something's been walking periodically or frequently. I think it's fascinating. Like I said, I'm no expert. I'm definitely not a tracker. I couldn't track nothing for any length of distance unless it's in an open field and the tracks are blatantly obvious, you know. That's a different story. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And for me, this is all a part of living a lifted life. Because a lot of people, especially maybe the city folk, they don't take time to slow down and watch what's going on around them. And that makes us different. And if you're different, if you're weird, if you like different things that most people aren't too interested in, I consider that being lifted. I've always been a contradictory kind of person. I like things that are different. That's one reason I like Jeeps. Jeeps are different. A Jeep Wrangler, Jeep CJ, the old Jeeps, there is nothing else like those on the road. I think that's why I've always liked them so much, because they are its own unique type of vehicle. Same with the Volkswagen Bug, the original ones, not the current ones that they might be coming out with. I don't know if they stopped production of that or not, but I like the original Volkswagen Bugs simply because nothing else looks like them. They're different. And if you like that kind of stuff, then I consider that being lifted, because it's elevating you above the surface, and the surface is in reference to the majority, the 97%. Being lifted is being a part of the 3%, being different from everybody else. And I know there's millions of people that live, you know, in nature, in the country, that, you know, like the same kind of stuff I do. So this particular topic, yeah, it might not specifically categorize as being lifted above the surface, but at the same time, a lot of people that do live in the country, maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't really pay that much attention. I mean, they live in the country, so they've got to like something about it. But maybe all they care about is their gardens or their yard, or they care about keeping wildlife out of their gardens, eating up all their trees. I got a few trees over here. I mean, maybe this looks like it's going to be a long video. I hope I'm interesting enough to keep you around this long. I hope you're getting enough value out of this to pay attention. There's another spot of trees. It was something else. Kind of off topic. Well, it's not really off topic. It's just in a different direction. Oh, look. Yeah, see? There's definitely good evidence of that. You can see the dirt right up through there. And that's an obvious trail where something's been moving on a regular basis. And look, it goes right up there in the weeds, right up through there. You can see the trail. Whether it's a deer or whether it's a cat or a dog, who knows. But yeah, it's stuff like that you can notice when you're looking around. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Oh, there's something. Oh, there's a deer track right there. There's one of many. What I was going at, see, I've got this little plot. It could be a future garden, maybe a food plot for a deer. I was looking at this the other day, and if I cut down the weeds just right, I've got a clean shot straight from my back door. So during hunting season, I can sit out by my back door and wait for the deer to come up here and eat the food, and then I can have me some steaks. And I was out here a few days ago marking off the fields of fire, and I'm kind of limited where I live because I do have a neighbor that lives over there. I mean, you can kind of see the garage that he's got. So I've got a neighbor that lives there, and I've got some neighbors over there, and one up on the hill. But in this direction, if I turn around exactly opposite from the front door or from the back door of my house, and I look straight up, and this is a berm, basically. This will be a backstop for any stray bullets. And up above this berm, there isn't anything up there. And the nearest house, I think, is off in that direction, and it's way up over the hill. So I'm pretty confident that I've got enough range in this area, especially with this hill being back here, that I could get myself a deer and not have to worry too much about it's not ricochet, but the path of the bullet, because I've got the big hill behind it, and I'm a pretty decent shot, so it's not like I'm going to be taking wild shots up into the air. Well placed aim shots at a deer's rib cage should get me my dinner. Now I might have to chase it if I don't get a shot good enough. I might have to track it down somewhere, which that's another chore all by itself. Because this technically this is my property, so I would be shooting it on my property. But if it runs off into the back somewhere, that's not my property. But the good thing is nobody specifically owns it. It's like owned by a realty company, so it's pretty vacant land. But I have to track that down. So, oh crap, I just noticed the time. I'm gonna cut this off now. I just wanted to share that with you. Some little trail tips, finding animals, or finding trail guide. Let me flip this back around. There you go. Get this zoomed out again. So yeah, just wanted to share with you a couple like little nature tips that I've learned in the past several years. And I think I already did video tips. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So that'll be it for this one. In the meantime, I'm Rich from theliftedlife.com, and I hope you have an awesome day. So until next time, have fun and be lifted. Later.